Hey guys, how's it going? My name's always and welcome back to Stoneblock 3. In the last episode, we were grinding with the Millstone. It is a millstone, not a grindstone. I keep wanting to call this a grindstone because it's basically the same thing. It's semantics. We got some kelp. We're going to be growing some kelp for create stuff. And we got a cobblestone generator. We got a little farm going. All in all, we've got a little bit of a base going. However, we need resources. We need to start bringing in iron, zinc, and copper, and gold. All the goodies that we can use to make better stuff. Start getting power systems and automation and whatnot. We need to get a lot of stuff. So I have dug out a big room. This is a 15 by 15 room that we're going to use for create stuff, and we're gonna get some basic automation with create going today. At least I hope so. Now there was a loot bee and I dug down. Also the frame rate is a little choppy. It's drifting between 30 and like 50, and I don't know why. I can't figure it out. Settings are fairly low, so I don't know. I'll figure it out at some point. It doesn't seem too bad. Hopefully it's not too bad on YouTube, but we'll deal with that as we go. But anyways, I dug out the room, and while I was sitting, dug down because there was a loot bee that spawned, and we got some diamonds. We got a diamond, rather. Some basic pipe upgrades. We got an egg, mystical cyan flower, and a chance cube. I also broke down a tree that was here. We don't need any trees right now. We're going to do something special once we get a little bit further with our tech stuff. And I used our crook on our leaves and got vines, so kind of cool. But yeah, we have a lot of stuff that we need to start working towards. And some of the big things is we need to get automated resources. More than anything, I want to get this so that I don't have to stand here and hold. And eventually we'll figure out how to make that completely automated, but I mostly want create power. I want rotational power. And to do that, wrong button, we are going to be making a water wheel. So water wheels generate, they generate power. So water wheel draws force from adjacent water currents. All right. Covering additional sides will not improve kinetic output further. Okay. You can change its appearance. That's kind of cool. That's actually really cool. So let's make that. How difficult is it to make it? Well, it is planks and a shaft. And a shaft is just 2 andesite alloy, or the other recipe. Wasn't there another recipe? I guess not. So we need some zinc nuggets, which we do actually have. Do we have any shafts? I thought. So do you not need... don't look at that. That is something that we're going to be doing here soon. So... Oh, okay. I guess we did that with andesite and buttons. Right. It's been a little bit since I've recorded this. So what we're going to do, we're going to need to get a shaft. And we're going to get a bunch of them. So andesite alloy, we're going to need... we can use iron nuggets, or we can use zinc nuggets. And 2 pieces of andesite. Now I do happen to have some raw zinc. So I guess we can go ahead and just... smelt that up, and then that will be good enough. Let's grab our iron. We're going to want some of that soon, and then we're going to need planks. Easy, easy, easy. So that is a zinc ingot. We can turn it into zinc nuggets. That is the wrong item. 2 andesite alloys make a shaft, and then with 1 shaft, excuse you, I am clicking. There's something, is there a mod that's doing things? I feel like it's clicking wrong, and there's oftentimes like a mouse tweaks or something like that, and I hate it. I hate it so much. Stop that. So random reward, Crafter Tier 2. That is a pretty good reward, but not useful anytime soon because that requires power. but it is an auto crafter, which is kind of awesome. Okay, so we have a water wheel. So I guess let's just put water wheel there, and we'll break this. We'll have a piece of cobblestone there, like so. Let's see if that works how I think it will. Let's go grab some water. And we are going to need a lot of these shafts. Shafts are really, really important in Create because that's how you move rotation. There are better ways for some things, but there we go. Can we break? Yes, we can. Sweet. Can we break this? No, do not break that one. Okay, but we can break that, and let's just do that. Okay, so we have automatic rotational power. Unfortunately, I was not smart enough to put that where it needs to be. I want it at ground level for now, so that's what we're going to do. We are going to grab the water wheel. Let's actually put it like over here a little bit, and the reason being is so that we don't have to worry about the torch. Okay, so I don't know if I'm ever going to make this place look any nicer or anything like that. I don't really care too much. Okay, that does have to be there. Okay, that's fine. So we have a water wheel, we have rotational power, and we can use a shaft, and we can bring that out. And we can then grab this stuff, and let's see if this will automatically do what I think it will if we hook things up properly. So theoretically, we put a cogwheel down. Let's put the cogwheel actually right here. And then we should be able to place the millstone like here. No, we're going to need more cogwheels. So we're going to need something to turn that vertically. And I believe, is it a gearbox? Vertical gearbox? I'm not entirely sure. I'll be honest. There is a B negative 32. Yep, right here. Oh no. I don't have any more. Let's go grab a new pick because I didn't realize that one was about to break. I want to get the loot from the bee, so let's do that real quick. Oh my gosh, please. Oh no. Please click properly for once. Let's get down there before the bee leaves. And cool. We got a dripper, a chance cube, an egg. I think we got a piece of iron. Nothing insane. There are going to be so many holes in my base because of bees. So, I need to do some research. I need to figure out how Create works. And the dripper is... Okay, so this is only to turn things into other things automatically. Okay, that's fine. Hold up. We can get diamond ore from 3x compressed stone. Interesting. So what we're going to want to do is this. I am going to figure out how Create works. I'm going to figure out what I need so that this can turn this. And I'm also going to look into, we're also going to want an encased fan. That is going to require more andesite alloy. That is easy enough. Iron sheets which requires either pressing, which that probably also requires... Oh, it requires an iron block. We'll get there eventually. But an engineer's hammer, which requires sticks, iron, and string. That's not too bad. And then another shaft. We're gonna be using a lot of shafts. They are very important. So basically, I just need to get a few things together and figure out how to make the millstone work and get some more iron is kind of the big thing. Also, I don't think I mentioned this. I don't know if I got this on camera last time, but I did get a mob soul, and that is useful for, you need it for creating soul sand, maybe? There's something like that in the quest book, getting started. So the mob soul, so you can get soul sand by combining sand, mob soul, and some water in a mixer. And then you can make more by bulk haunting. Okay, so that's something we'll have to do at some point. So I'm going to step away. I'm going to figure things out, and we will come back once I am ready to do some more create stuff. So be right back. Alright, so create has this amazing thing called pondering, and honestly, I need to do that more. So if we look at, like, say, the cogwheel, we can ponder it, and we get this cool little animation. This one doesn't tell us much, but there's a lot of kinetic blocks we can look at, mechanical belts, how they work, which we're gonna hopefully try to take advantage of one of those here soon. We can look at, like, the gearbox and what that's used for. Basically, I need to learn how to ponder a lot more because it is super useful. Now, to get this guy working, it's actually pretty simple. We're going to make a couple more cogwheels, and we're going to do it the low-tech way by making a bunch of buttons. And there we go. So the question I have is, if we place something here... No, so we need a large cogwheel, I think. So that is just a cogwheel and a plank. So let's turn this into a large cogwheel. And this might actually be where moving this up again would be useful. I am going to apologize. I do not know much about Create. I've not used Create. I've not played around with it or anything like that. And so I am very much going to be kind of... I'm not going to make good systems. Everything's going to be terrible. And I am going to be very much learning what I am doing as I go. I'm going to try to do a little bit of work off camera to try to learn things a little bit better. But... yeah, don't expect too much from me on this one because I just don't know much about the mod. I've not played with it. So let's get this stuff out. And so I believe what we need to do is have something like that. And then if we put a large cogwheel, does that not connect? Okay, so when I looked at the Millstone and pondered it, it had another, it had another large one. So let's make another one that's large and see if this works. So if we place it like, nope, not there. Let's move this. So if we put this here, no, it does not work. It needs to be that's obviously not going to work. It needs to be like here. But it's not wanting to connect and work, so it probably has to be here. But it doesn't. All right, let's ponder this thing again. Does it have to be above? Let's put a block down. Okay, that works. And then we could do something like this. Is this efficient? Nope. Not like that. Is this efficient? How do I make these two act the way I want them to? So this is the block. And we could put a cogwheel here. And the millstone there. Alright, it works. That's all that matters. And so what we can also do is we can get some other stuff. And honestly, this is going to be better if we put it up a block so that we can do something else. And that is, I want to make a andesite funnel, which does require andesite alloy, and a mechanical belt. So this is going to be automatic extraction, and that would be nice. It's a little bit more advanced, I think, but we don't have any more andesite. So I need to go mine some more. There's some up there. There's some right here. Let's just grab a little bit of that. And so we should be able to make the andesite alloy. That's for the funnel. And then we just need some kelp. And at some point, we will get some bone meal so that we can grow all that nice and quickly. So let's put the kelp in there, and let's just use charcoal. Why not? And we can make the andesite funnel at the very least. Now the other thing that I'm going to want is terracotta. So we're going to want to get some clay at some point. We can do that with dust. And I believe anyways. So clay. Make clay that way. Didn't it have us make clay? Get dust. Water. Can we do like a... This is older versions of kind of Skyblock-esque things, but it used to always be. I don't know if there's any barrels. Nothing looks like anything that's worthwhile. Can we can put water in there, but can we put dust in there to turn into clay? No. Okay, so I don't know if we know how to get clay yet. I don't remember if we saw that or anything like that. That kind of puts a hamper on the botany pots because this thing is so broken and it's so good. Don't we have... Anyways, let's not worry about that too much right now. Can we get some bone meal? Is there a way to get bone meal that's not too terrible? Bone meal. I mean, obviously we can mill bones. Calcite. Okay. Don't see any calcite down here though. So we're kind of at a spot where I don't know exactly what we want to do. But let's go ahead and make the funnel. So it's just a piece of kelp and an andesite, isn't it? Like that. So that makes 2 funnels. That's actually really nice. We will use that to make a chest. And then we just need to do this. And we'll need a shaft here. And it doesn't have to be very long. We'll put a shaft there. And then this is where our chest is going to be. And the chest gets a funnel as well. And so all we need to do now is, let's see if I can actually do this. We put a cogwheel. Let's do it this way. I'm going to be very terrible at this, and hopefully it's not too much stress. So that is one thing that we do need to remember. That is going the wrong direction. Alright, well, let's make it simple. Let's just... Can we do this? Okay. I really, really, really want to get used to placing this stuff. That is going the wrong way, still. There's a loot bee over there. I'm not going to worry about the loot bee right now. Okay. So, if we have it this way, we will just move all this stuff to the other side. And that will be enough. So we'll put that there. Put another one here. Block. Chest. Funnel. Funnel. Alright, that will work well enough. And then the only other thing that I think we can do, so I want to grab, this is so ugly, a hopper. Or do I want to use, how bad is it to make a chute? And what exactly do these do? So they drop items downwards. So it's basically a hopper. They require iron, and a lot of iron. There's a slime. Let's murder a slime. No slime ball. Oh well. So what we need to do is we need to wait for this to grow, and once it does, we'll be able to do some things. I might clean this up. I might make it look a little bit nicer because it's awful. But it would work, and that's all that matters. So once we get the mechanical belt, which requires more dried kelp, we need 6 dried kelp. This is going to allow us to extract items automatically from this and take them over. This is pretty cheap on the iron, so I need to get some string. And to get string, we can get flax, or we can get flax. Or I guess industrial hemp fibers. I don't think we've gotten any seeds like that, but we could probably. So we're going to need a good bit of iron. That's kind of whatever. We can't automate the insertion quite yet, but let's see. How bad is it to get flax seeds? How to get flax. Okay. I'm going to figure out a way to get string and then wait for our kelp to grow. And once we have everything we need, we'll come back in and start getting some automatic millstoning at the very least. And we'll go from there. So I'll be back once I have the rest of the stuff together. Alright, so I have prepared the kelp. It is all smelted up. I also have a bunch of stone because why not? And yeah, we can go ahead and try to finish this create stuff. I'm going to be honest, whatever I said in the last clip, I don't remember. It's been a couple days for me since I recorded this last. Things happened, but I got busy with real life and just didn't have a chance to come back to this. It's fine. But I have the kelp. I also went ahead and did a little bit of crooking, I guess, using the crook. And got some grass seed. That is maybe going to come in handy here soon. We will see. But we need to craft the mechanical belt, which is just some dried kelp. And that gives us a quest, apparently. Doesn't surprise me. Let's get the random reward. Mob fan. Okay. That is cool. Not something we really need right now, but let's go ahead and put that like so. Alright, so if I grab some gravel, we should be able to throw gravel in here. That works. And we're going to throw all that gravel in there. And you might notice that the stuff is coming out and going into the chest. Perfect. Automation. Now, all we have to do is put things into here automatically. Now, we could use a hopper. A hopper would work. Hoppers are just iron, 5 iron, and a chest or 2 logs. Same difference. However, let's be a little bit more creative. Get it? Create. We're going to use a chute. So a chute is a little bit cheaper. We get 4 of them for basically 3 pieces of iron. However, we need 4 pieces of iron in total, or 2 more pieces of iron, I should say, 5 in total, so we can make the engineer's hammer. However, we need string, and that is the problem, and that is why I got a grass seed. Now, again, this is a 15% chance from crooking dirt, and so I just broke down a bunch of dirt and got some grass seed. And we're just going to do something like this. That should be fine. You know what, let's even do this. And we'll put the torches, we'll put a torch here, we'll put a torch here. Even one there. I need to make more torches. Let's do that. So we should be able to just put grass seed down. Is this what the outside looks like? That's a cool achievement. And so we have just 1 grass seed. Now, I don't know if us running around is going to cause it to spread. I don't know, is there like a watering can that we could make? Probably not. I don't see anything. Okay, so we're going to need to probably wait on this, but that's fine because we need to do something else. And what we're going to do is we are going to make a composter, which is just a little bit of wood. Unfortunately, we don't have that much wood, but we'll make a composter. We're going to put this over here. I also got some, let's see real quick, because I actually don't know. I have some other things. So I did get some bamboo. That looks like it's a new thing. And I got sugarcane as well, which is also a new thing for us. Both pretty good. But what we're going to do is we are going to try our hardest to get some bone meal. And this is terrible. Potatoes. Come on, I just need like 1 bone meal. Perfect. So at this point, we need to wait for this to spread a little bit, like so. I'm going to pick up a little bit of these torches, and we're going to make it look a little bit, we could take that one away, put a torch here, and we'll put a torch here. So we have a little bit of grass, and I want this to all become grass. The reason being, we can then bone meal it and hopefully get some tall grass to drop something that's going to give us string. Now, I need to grow another tree. I need to do a bunch of things, but another tree would be nice. Can we make some sort of shears? Looks like just iron, and I don't want to use our iron. There is wooden shears. You know, that would work. Let's make some wooden shears. And let's plant a tree. And we can get some leaves. Now, we did not get any saplings. And I don't know if you get saplings from trees that you shear the leaves off of. I don't think you do. It's one of those things that I can never remember, because I think it was changed at one point. I don't know. I think you can still get loop B at negative. -8. All right, loop B, we're gonna come get you. did you want to drop your loot? Maybe? Mr. B. I rescued you. Why won't you give me the loot? And worst thing is you dropped a mystical orange flower, a piece of iron. That is really nice. Anything else? Another piece of iron, an emerald, a piece of copper, and he's gone. Cool. So that actually made things a lot easier. So let's put those in there. We're gonna smelt up another piece of iron, and that should be all the iron we need. Now we could just again use a hopper, but I don't want to. I want to use a chute. And plus, I think we're going to need the engineer's hammer anyways, so it doesn't hurt to have it. I think we can use leaves on the composter. I've never really used the composter, even in like vanilla Minecraft. It's not something that's, in my opinion, particularly useful. Most of the time anyways. But we can, at the very least, get a little bit more bone meal. And whatnot. It'll be good to get rid of like seeds that we don't need. And let's see, we have 3 bone meal. Let's go ahead and get some tall grass. And that didn't give us anything at all. Alright. So at this point, I think what we're going to do is I just need some string. That's it. Let's see. Can we place a block here? Place a chest there. The conveyor belts do move you. They're also a good way to like send rotational energy decently far away. It is a thing we can do that like with that. But basically, we have a way to automatically crush gravel and get iron. The real question is there a better way to get iron? Or let's see if it wants to give us, there we go, raw iron. No, it looks like just gravel, and then later we can crush gravel with crushing wheels. Those take a lot of kinetic stress, and they require a mechanical crafter to make, and that requires an electron tube and brass casings, and polished rose quartz and sandpaper. Okay, that's actually pretty easy, but it requires rose quartz. We required redstone. Click the wrong button, which that is washing dust. Like we've got a little bit before we can get to that point, so I don't think it's a bad idea to try to get some more, getting more stuff from other sources, and getting the engineer's hammer. So I'll tell you guys what, this is going to take a little bit of time. I'm going to wait around. I should mention, I also started digging. So this is going to be my tunnel to the outer realms, and then I started digging a path downwards so that we can get to the andesite level, and then eventually the deep slate level, so we can do bulk mining of those resources as we need them. That is something that I'm going to continue. So I'll tell you guys what, I will be back once the grass has grown a little bit more, and I'm going to try to bone meal it a little bit better. Try to get some, I'm hoping, let's actually see. So I can see the recipe for seeds. Is there anything, so there's nothing that's like breaking blocks. That is all I wanted to see. So presumably, is there any way we can, just wondering if we can like Mill grass? No. Okay. So I'm going to break some grass and see if I can't get some string. Otherwise, we'll figure something out. So I'll be back in a little bit once I have some either flax seeds or some industrial hemp seeds. So my plan worked. I was able to get some grass on here and broke it. I got some grass seeds as well as industrial hemp seeds. I then made like 4 shears, the wooden shears, broke all of them on leaves and composted them all. Composted? However you say those words. And got some bone meal, and we have the industrial hemp that we need to get quite a bit of string, actually. We can do that. Perfect. So with this, we can make a chute, and we can make the engineer's hammer, which is kind of important. So we do that. We can make 2 iron sheets, and then we can get a chute. So that apparently completed a quest here. We'll get a random reward, a stove, and an engineer's manual. The manual is good. You can see I've done some digging. I have a bunch of andesite, and we'll get to that in a moment. Because let's put the grass seed in there, and anything else we can just put away for now. We only need 1 chute, and that should be all we need to do. So we put the chute there, and let's grab a bunch of gravel, like an actual bunch. I should have compressed gravel. Let's grab like 12. So stacking a little over a half. And if we put that all in here, it all goes down and then starts producing what we want. Awesome. So we have automatic gravel millstoning. We're going to use all this iron and zinc. That is kind of what we're really after. And eventually, we don't need that right now. We don't need that right now. I'll leave those 2. We don't need the chute. Don't need the composter. I've been using stone hammers. That's the thing I was doing while I was waiting. I will go show that off because that's another quest. But the next thing we need to do is the encased fan, which requires a propeller, which requires iron sheets. So all that stuff we just did, we were going to have to do it anyway. So it's not a waste of time. And we can, yeah, start working towards sifting other things. The encased fans are kind of the big thing from here on out because we use those not only for washing dust and sand. So we wash it for sand, and I believe, let's look at the quest book because it's going to be easier to understand. So we wash gravel, sand, and dust to get, and soul sand, to get things that we need, like redstone and nether quartz, and gold. So there is a lot of good stuff we can get from that, and then eventually we will make the crushing wheels, and that's gonna take some time to get us like things together for, but it's pretty cheap, all things considered, other than we need a bunch of mechanical crafters, which requires things we don't have access to quite yet. And then once we have the crushing wheels, I think it's a lot easier to get most resources. If we look at the crushing wheels, we crush, alright, there's a lot of things we can crush. So I guess the big thing is redstone. Can we get it from crushing just redstone? Okay, so we're gonna have to have the bulk washing kind of always set up, potentially, until we can get something like, I don't know, there should be some chickens. We could get chickens. We could get other things that might exist. Like there's ways to get resources. Passive resources. It's gonna be chickens. But the last thing we're gonna do before ending this episode, because this episode is getting a little bit long. This was kind of the main project of this episode, getting automatic millstoning. and getting a lot of iron. That is good. So I've been digging downwards because I wanted to reach the andesite layer, so I didn't have to like scrap around this cave for andesite, because we're gonna need quite a bit of andesite. And I also have dug far enough down where we're gonna start seeing what is it called? Why am I blanking on what it is called? Deep slate. There we go. So we are almost to the level of deep slate, and there is actually a couple of pieces of deep slate. Now this quest specifically, we have to look at some, so that's what we're gonna do. But yeah, so this is the andesite layer, and you can see like right around here, it's nothing but andesite. It has a little bit of a like, I don't know what to call this. It fades into the andesite, and then the andesite's probably going to fade into the deep slate. So I looked at deep slate. We can break one of these. In fact, let's grab our stone hammer. It's going to take forever, but 1, 2, 3, 4, one more. So we'll be able to get down here to deep slate, and then it's just a question of I have a system for the record, five blocks in between. So it's just gonna be a matter of, are we not picking up the deep slate? Oh, we can't actually mine deep slate with stone. Interesting. I didn't know that. So that is this quest. So we're gonna get some iron ore. That's not bad. How much? That is okay. Everything we did today is completely useless now. We just got half a stack of iron ore. I'm not actually gonna probably use that for now. We're gonna save that and see if we can do something better with it later. But yeah, this episode's gone on way too long. Next time, I think what we're gonna focus on is trying to get, oh my gosh, so many slimes. Trying to get more resources. One of the, okay, we just got something else that we're gonna have to take a look at before we do anything. Usually mob farms are really good in this mod pack series because they drop loot crates. And so let's open this. Oxide Daisy. Alright, that's not that great, but it's the thought. So basically, we are going to do this next time. I want to get clay. Clay would be really important, but to get clay, we need, how do we get clay? There are Terra cubes. We can crush dripstone. Okay, that might be the intended, or we'll get it from washing. We'll get it from washing sand. So that's what we're gonna do. So next time, what I want to focus on is getting our first little bit of washing done. And once we can get a little bit of clay, we're going to be making the hopper botany pots. We'll probably make a couple of those just so that we can get some good resources. Namely, so I don't have to chop down trees anymore. So that is the plan. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!